Alright fellas, quick battle time. This is going to be another Wi-Fi battle, and my opponent in this battle is going to be PaPaSea again. Fun fact, PaPaSea was actually the first person I battled in Sun and Moon. And I actually did have that battle saved, but remember what I mentioned earlier, that the freaking patches that came with the game forced me to delete all the previous version of the replays, basically. So as a result, I don't have it anymore. And I was late to this stuff in the first place, so yeah, what are you gonna do? But I did get this battle, and I actually wanted to showcase this one because I actually use the team that I used against Robbie Kazi in the last battle. I wanted to see how I can fare against PaPaSea here, especially since PaPaSea is like the kind of guy who just likes to use like the lower tiered mons, and I'm just like, okay, he does bring a few OU mons, but at the same time, most of his stuff is very underused, almost like Seb Gandhi, which is actually kind of interesting. Here, I'm gonna actually lead off with Swampert, I think. Oh no, never mind. I switch out with I switch in Decidueye. Send in Decidueye. What am I, a dumbass? I don't know. Maybe. But he's gonna lead off with Cobalion, and here he's gonna go for Stealth Rocks, and I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do here is Baton Pass, cause yeah, Baton Pass was still not banned here yet. So I go for it, and I go into Swampert. And then immediately I get my rocks up, because I do have ways to get rid of the rocks if I really need to get rid of them, but he doesn't. So I figure, you know what, let's get the rocks up right here. He goes for close combat, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can take it okay. So here I go for Stealth Rocks, as I mentioned. And here I'm going to go for Scald, because I did think he was going to switch out here after getting -1 on from the close combat on defensive, basically. But he goes for it again, and now he's at -2, and I was like, you know what? This kind of makes me wish I went for Earthquake, because I feel like Earthquake might have KO'd it after -2 defense. But it is at -2 special defense as well, so I figure let's hope Skull does enough. It does do enough to two-shot it, but I think here what I do is switch out Swampert, because I didn't want this thing weakened by the close combat, so I switched into Decidueye here. Just to, yeah, not take the close combat, basically. And then here I think he switches out, and I don't think I actually Baton Pass in this turn. He goes for Volt Switch, actually, never mind. Yeah, he does switch out, but he goes for Volt Switch, so he basically pivots. But here, instead of going for Baton Pass like I think I should have gone for in retrospect, I actually end up going for the Swords Dance, because I thought he was just gonna stay in, seeing how he stayed in like twice on Swampert when that thing could have easily died. But, and then here, because it was a Houndoom, I was confident this was the Mega, so I was like, okay, if this is the Mega, this thing is definitely going to want to go for Nasty Plot. So I stay in, and then try to Baton Pass, after getting the +2 Swords Dance. But here, instead of going for Nasty Plot like I was hoping he'd go for, he just finishes off Decidueye with a Flamethrower. So I was like, oh shit. Well, that was unfortunate. But either way, I didn't really have much switch-ins to Mega Houndoom anyway, so I pretty much had to do that. I go into Sharpedo now, and here I try to protect because I kind of was afraid he would just stay in again. But he doesn't, he just switches out while I go for Protect and goes into Superior, which is actually a really, really good play, actually. So here, now I'm basically forced to switch out because I know that from where it's at, Sharpedo's not going to take out this Superior, so I switch out here, and I think here I go into Delphox, yeah. I take rocks damage, and then I have to take a Leaf Storm afterwards, I believe. I do live it. I do live it, fortunately. And then here, I think I just try to go for a Fire Blast. I go for Fire Blast even if he switches out, just because, I mean, I was wondering if he would actually want to stay in after the +2 gain. Maybe he also didn't expect that I was Choice Scarfed also, so yeah, that's probably why he stayed in. But then here he goes into Flygon, and like I said, I have no switch-ins to Flygon, so I just have to go for another Fire Blast just to get some damage, and then lose Delphox to an Earthquake. Although I think from here I actually I go into, what's it called? The Thundurus, yeah, there we go. I go into Thundurus-I. And here, I was actually going to go for the knockoff because I figured that the hidden power ice would be too obvious. But he actually just stays in, and I actually just went for it anyways because I was like, you know what if he stays in? Because I don't know, for him, when I first battled PaPaSea in Sun and Moon, all he did was stay in on a lot of predicted switches. So I was like, okay, is he going to do this again? And yeah, I caught him staying in again. So I was like, okay, you're going to stay in, then you're going to eat this, my guy. But, here he goes into Mega Houndoom. I think here I switch out Thundurus because I feel like this thing might be useful. And instead I go into Dragonite, who after the rocks loses the multi-scale, but I was still hoping that I can at least take the Dark Pulse, and I do. And here what I go for is E-Speed, so that I can weaken it. I was hoping to KO it, but if I don't KO it, I was hoping to leave it in weaken enough so that it dies to rocks, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lose Dragonite to another Dark Pulse, but here I'm going to get a free switch into Sharpedo. And the protect in most cases for Sharpedo is very, very obvious, so that's why here I do protect, because I thought he was going to stay in, considering that if he switches out and switches back in, he's going to die to rocks because he has nothing on his team to get rid of the rocks. So I figured go for protect, he'll stay in, but he actually switches out into the God Bulu, which is Tapu Bulu anyway. And here I went for protect, it failed because he switched in. But then here I got the +1 speed, and looking at the rest of his team, my Sharpedo can confidently outspeed everything. So here I'm just gonna Mega Evolve, and I do stay in on this Tapu Bulu because this Sharpedo, unlike most Sharpedos, this one actually carries Poison Jab, which I was hoping would definitely KO it, despite it being almost close to full HP because it's X4 weak to it, and Mega Sharpedo does have high attack stats, so. And it does KO it, so I'm actually like, yeah, I get to KO this thing with Sharpedo of all things. But now he goes into Cobalion, and I'm just like, okay, here now I just gotta hope that this thing can go down to a waterfall, because these things are very high in the defense stat at least. And thankfully I do KO it, and now Cobalion's down. And then here I believe he sends in his Tentacruel. Yeah, he sends in Tentacruel, and here I believe I just go for Crunch, and I was hoping I'd be able to KO it. I wasn't sure I would, because usually most Tentacruels are defense invested, and I think they can take a Crunch from Sharpedo, but this one apparently isn't defensive, so it just goes down to 1 Crunch. And thanks to the grassy terrain from the God Bulu, my Sharpedo is basically back at full HP now. And the best part is, it got a late game Sharpedo sweep again, so I was like, heck yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that. That I was able to get a late game sweep with Sharpedo, of all things. It's not very often that I get it, so yeah, good game to PaPaSea once again, and well, maybe, yeah. And thank you all for watching. I just wanted to showcase this battle because my team is very, very, like, different kind of, and Sharpedo, you know, I get to use Sharpedo here, and I get a late game sweep with Sharpedo, which is really cool. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and leave your thoughts below if you guys want, and I'll catch you later in the next battle. So yeah.